Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Everyone's doing well? Everybody's doing pretty good. It is only two days after Christmas. Forgot. I had to turn my speaker down and position the cat bed in a good spot. I'll just rotate over there a little bit. Hopefully she'll come up here today. She's right by it, so I hope she comes up. How are you doing, Lord Lost? She is tearing up the side of it. She's using that scratcher. There we go. Hi, baby. You okay? You stay up here? Stay up here. You're okay. You tried that thin sliced ham today? Oh. Was it like spiral cut or oh? Okay, you're good. You can make that. Yeah? Do you want me to bring you closer? What's the game plan here? What are you up to? Do you want me to... What's the plan? Okay. Alright. Is the break going smoothly for you? Avery's getting back in tomorrow, so we might start doing Baldur's Gate again tomorrow. But for now, I'm like, I want to print it up a little bit. So, what do I have to do? I still have chests in the... I want to do Trading Post. I want to do Trading Post because there's dynamite in here, so I want to go in there and try to get the armory. This cup at Holy was so good. Never been so unprepared for the flavor of a piece of meat, even though I knew it was coming. Just fantastic. It was that good. Just like transcendent ham. Dun 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 dun. Mm-hmm. What is the best ham I've had? The one ham that I've made in my life, I don't think I got it so good that it was like a notable experience. It was definitely, I was still, it was very new to the whole concept, really. Yeah, bust a den here. Get the pool out of the way early. That's something. Let's do break room, just that we tick off another one of these. We're only halfway on the billiard puzzles compared to the parlor. Literally the next parlor puzzle, that's it. Like parlor room. I'm very curious to see what happens. Okay. This is the first time we have gotten something like this where there is a square and there's two steps. Now I wonder if I need to square each time we have a blue step. That'd be my assumption. So it'd be 4 squared to 16. Divided by 8 brings it down to 2. Plus 1 is 3. Square again, get up to 9. Minus 8, down to 1. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's how we do it. This is how we do it. Do you want to get back in here? What are you doing, baby? You're being so funny. Okay, so 2 squared, 4. Times 1 is 4. Plus 2, 6 squared, 36. Minus 10, minus 20 brings us down to just regular 6. Okay, we're going again. Negative 20. Do we square each step of the way? I guess it doesn't matter. So it's negative 20 plus 20. Literally 0. 0 squared is... 0 squared is just 0, correct? You're catching up on yesterday's puzzling? Oh, thank you for watching it. Thank you. You went back and watched the VOD. That's really sweet. Thank you. Happy post Christmas. I hope you had a good one. So I need to figure out, am I squaring each... Okay, so 0 squared. That's like undefined, right? And the thing is, this is going to be 0 squared, this is going to be 1 squared, which is going to just be 1. It's going to be 3. It's going to end up being 9, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. I still... Because of the numbers that were used, I still don't know if it was a situation where we'd want to square it at each blue step. We're going to finish Parlor right now. Worth doing just to get the Parlor trophy. And then we can just not do Parlor anymore. The blue box contains gems. All statements that contain more than one B are true. The B is blue, though. The letter B appears twice on the box that contains the gems. This guy can't be true. I mean, I guess he can't be true, because then there'd be no false statements at all, because both of these have multiple B's. Naturally nutty and just delicious. I shall not stop talking about meat. Pork can taste different based on what they ate. Delicious and very interesting. Yes. Yeah. I think I do that. So I don't know what the rules are here. If we're counting... This guy can't be true. He simply cannot be. Which means that one of these has to be false and one of these has to be negative. The thing that's tough... Oh, Iberico is very good. Iberico pork is... Yeah, that's like notably... That's one of the only named porks I know. Because of how good it is. Because the B appears twice on here. It also appears twice here. What I don't know is if the B that is in the apostrophe counts. Because if so, it's either in blue or it's in black. Or... I'm just trying to see if there were, like, hidden blue bees. It's either blue or black. This is the one that's most direct about telling me where the gems are. Gifted a bunch of that kind of pork. Can't wait to cook it. Oh, God. Man. I wish I had the capacity for storing large quantities of nice meat. And being able to eat them over time. Oh, baby, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't make a mess, please. What are you doing? I'll just move this. Oh, you want him? You're ridiculous. I mean, he has to be true. He has to be true. If we're talking about if his B counts, he has to be true because either box that it's in, this is what it is. Okay, I got it. This guy has to be true. This guy has to be false. Otherwise, this guy would be true, and we'd have all three true. So this means he's false. The blue box does not contain the gems, but the letter B appears. So the other box that has two B's, it's got to be in black. Hell yeah. Okay, there it is. You've been awarded a logical trophy. Hi, baby. Okay, well, you're covering my WASDA now, and I need that. You can look at the screen. You can look at the stuff move. Let's see. Okay. That is one long-term task complete. I think I'd rather take the Nook over the others, and then we'll try to just throw a dead end in the corner here. Worth it to get Observatory and just boost that star again. We're getting such good pulls from this every time now, just because... Okay, this is actually the worst one I've gotten in a while. These aren't terribly useful. I guess the green rooms will give me gems, is the thing. Laura, how's your break been? Are you, like, done with school now? Or is it just the semester and you're going back? I gotta get storeroom out of the way. I gotta get these dead ends out of the way. There's soil in here. Interesting. I have a key card. That's nice. Come back for one more term. I gotta pull the whole way. That's really exciting. You're very close to done. Since I have a key card, I'm going to do my shit. Make it high, because I can handle all that. Let's get the pantry out of the way. So I new avatar. I'm kind of curious about Avatar. I just really didn't like. I just really didn't like the first one. So I just feel like that's just not going to be my thing. I don't want to go see it just to complain about it, you know. I don't have green rooms. I should do the bedroom. Okay, get that dice. Oh, I don't want to burn a redraw here, but I think I'd rather do Chapel than anything else. Katara's head like shot up when the sound of the coin plinking into it went off. Right, I have 2 pantries now. I think that might have been a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't have done 2 pantries. Direct continuation of the last one. Oh yeah, I didn't even see the last one. Yeah, I didn't even see the second one. So if it is like going straight on from it, I would be just completely lost. I saw the first one. I mean, I saw the first one in theaters when I was in high school. Like, that is... I have not watched it again since. Let's go. Armory. We didn't get the lighter, but... Axe is on the table. try to get that axe. Let's get in that axe. I have like no tech or no like mechanical room, so it'd be bad to draw the mechanarium. I didn't get the bookstore again. I really want to get the bookstore. Let's see if I can get... Oh, you know what? I can spread gold in the house. Burgers are fantastic. I've had 4 chicken burgers today. Lou Stephenson getting 20 gold is wild. I will find gold just moving about. What's relatable? I can't even remember what I was saying. Chicken and waffles is fantastic. Oh, the chicken burger thing. Yeah, well, it's the, you know, to do anything, like, affordably, you gotta get it in bulk, and I'm cooking for 1 right now. So it's just like, well, I can get these in packs of 4. So, that's what I'm eating for a while. What's the goal for this run? A couple things. I have a couple different long-term goals currently. Oh, I should spread gold in the house. Things I'm currently trying to do. There is... I got my 4th Sanctum key. I don't know how much of yesterday's you saw. But I got the reservoir drained, and there's a bunch of chests in the bottom. And I got... There's 2 prizes in there, is my understanding, but there's like 30 chests. So at the end of each run, I'm basically just going to be going down there until I finish getting all the stuff that's in there. I got the Sanctum key out, but there's one other prize. There's an allowance token in there, so I want to get that. Which is the opening chests. Cool. So those are still in play in the sense that there is still a prize for me to get down there. I got the big one that I got the big one that I was going for initially, but there's still a secondary prize, and I would like to have another 2 gold. I got my allowance up to 24. Getting it up to 26 would be stellar. So, so that's still on the table. What else is going on? Other goals. So currently, there is an item in the armory, the battle axe, that lets you remove gem costs from a room, and so I want to try pulling that anytime it's an option. Ooh, is this worth redrawing? It'd be great to redraw here if I can get a tea room. Nice. Okay. So, I know I want to do a classroom run again at some point to get to the 9th classroom. But what would really help with getting there would be... Ooh. There's one other thing that we noticed. The other thing that the armory can have is a little fire lighter thing. So, if we have candles to light, that one that Avery and I made before is just kind of hard to get because you need all these items to combine. You can just buy something that lights things in the armory. And so I went running around at the end of that run. So if you had 45 minutes left, you didn't see this. There was one spot with torches we could light just out in the field that we missed. And is it worth redrawing again? Just pull wine cellar, get the gems. and it gave me that room that I just drew there, the tunnel. Uh, it gave me that. It was. I'll show it to you when we go outside. Actually, I'm sure we'll be out there at some point. The walk-in closet will probably give. You know what? Redraw. Pump room. I just want to get to. If I can just get. If I can connect this to the foundation. Oh, that's rough though. Wow. Dormitory. Because I've never been in this room, so fuck it. Let's get in this room. The fact that I can spin these globes, there are so few interactable objects. Oh. Costa Rica. So that tunnel's an interesting room. It like, I can just keep drawing more tunnels. And so it's a great way to just kind of go up into the ranks at a certain point, because you can just keep going in a straight line. Which is fascinating, and I'm sure will be very useful in specific situations. Why am I doing this? I'm writing down. I'm getting my notes. So Costa Rica. Did I have the color for Costa Rica? I think I did. Yeah, I knew it was orange. There might be more information about it though. Sportsy tennis. I'm also gonna put down there's a black pawn in the dormitory. So who went to school in Costa Rica? So that was it. It gave me that extra room. Just the tunnel. Bowling pin. So he did a lot of sporty things. This is a different drafting strategy, I think. Oh no, I think I have seen these. Oh. Bam. Here it is. That's a great detail to pick up. Academia. So for Costa Rica's crest, they're gonna have the moats. They're gonna have the moats for being an academic society. So where's Costa Rica? Costa Rica's there. Academic and also mountains, which I think gives me everything except for weather when it comes to making the Costa Rican crest. And if I can lock in everything but one, then I can just brute force the last one. This is new to me. Did you know the classrooms you'll find will fall under one of 8 different grades, ranging from first grade to the culmination of your academic journey, grade 8. However, there are rumors of an additional annex classroom at Mount Holly Elementary, used solely for exams and student testing, but finding it has been near impossible as it requires drafting more than 8 classrooms. Well, I'm doing that. If I wasn't aware that was a thing already, that would have been useful. Ducks. Okay, so drafting from a door that is steam powered will increase the likelihood of drawing rooms with ducks. Okay. Shifting gears. Steam powered various rooms in the house. Steam is conveyed from the room via ducts across the ceiling. So again, this is the stuff that Merc kind of had to teach me. When you're in a room, look up. There might be a duck. That's huge. That's huge. That's how I do this. That's how I melt the freezer. If I draft the furnace close to it. Refreezing will no longer... If temperature gets too high, refreezing will no longer be possible. So if I put it too close, that's how I get into the stuff in the freezer. Thank God. Okay. Tomorrow rooms. Okay, is there anything else in here? I've been trying to figure out how to melt the freezer. That makes so much sense now. It's one of those things like, why would I? It's something that just like in this world totally makes sense now that I see it. Entering furnace or sauna after drafting freezer will thaw any frozen gems or gold you're carrying. No one's going to be able to use them. However, if you still wish your accounts to carry over to the next day, you'll have to refreeze your assets by re-entering the freezer. That's huge. So, if I know I want to save stuff, I don't have to. So I can draw the freezer early in the run if I want to. If I've got a furnace or a sauna, and I can just dip into that to be able to use my stuff again, and then just that's huge. So there's actually really good. That's a phenomenal. I can do something with that. So maybe it just means refreezing my stuff that day won't be possible if the furnace is too close. But that's fine. That's huge. That's really really huge. So because I think there's a sanctum key in there. Although I don't know. I don't think any of the. If you get a good run for it, you can crack that chapel piggy bank. True. I feel like I'm saving that for just the day when it's like I'm gonna buy out the showroom, and I'm gonna, I feel like when I do that, that's when I'll finally break the piggy bank because there's gonna be so much stuff in there. Perplexing plans. Yeah. So these. Okay. Puzzle rooms, I understand. There doesn't seem to be any new info there. Final type of room we'll cover in this issue is the spread room. I think I also understand those pretty well. Waiting until it's bigger will provide larger spreads. This answers a question I did have. So I will get more items if I have more rooms already drawn. That's good to know. Let's see if there's something in this word from the editor. Thank all the readers for the wonderful mail and feedback we've received after we sent out our very first issue of Drafting Strategy. It's incredibly rewarding to create something that is appreciated. It's even more rewarding to know that somewhere out there, a young architect is reading our magazine and getting inspired to build something of his own that may one day, in turn, inspire others. When I was a child, I vividly remember the experience of reading the memoirs of the court's grand architect, Luza T. Rayland. To say it changed me is an understatement. It had a profound effect on the way I view the world and the spaces within it. We each draft our own dreams as a child. Faint sketches on blurry blueprints, illegible to all, especially ourselves. And our purpose? Why, it is found hidden in the floor plans of our youth. Now, do you think there's info in here? Probably not. Yeah, Lord Lost, I think there's going to be a moment in the run where we know. There's going to be a run where we just, we know it's Chapel. Or, it's Chapel, it's Piggy time, So Coral Rica. So this one did have Coral Rica info in it, so that's kind of cute. They kind of signposted it there. Now I should definitely be able to get the gold I need just by backtracking. So this might be a shorter run, but I think it'll be a short run where we will accomplish things. It's Piggy time. It's Piggy time in the city. Now, what are the odds that there's coins up here? Because the coins got spread once I was in... The coins got spread when I was in the lab. So anything from before the lab could have them. Yes, Alora. The way they made it sound, it seemed like once we break the piggy bank, that is a permanent thing. Which, I don't know if that means that the chapel will stop taking our money. I think it means the chapel will stop taking our money. Which is kind of nice, but honestly, I've been appreciating... I'm going to lose 2 gold just doing chapel stuff. But I'm gonna get some here. Bam, apple. Experiment successful. What did I get out of that? A gem? I have never gotten the Dovecoat before, so I feel like we need to do that. Oh, when you draw it while drafting. So I can rotate everything here now. It's a shame rotating's not really helpful. You know what? Actually, let's do this, because then what I'll do, we'll get our thing from the armory, and then I'm going to, I can go up through the... I haven't been in the Dovecoat before. I'm so happy that we got this as a room. I'm sure there's going to be some story stuff in here. Dear Mother. Wow, back in the 70s. If you are reading this, that means Junie made it home safely. I imagine he's going to be quite tired after such a long flight, so make sure he gets some treats and rest. Junie's the bird. School is going well, though I do miss you terribly. I should be reading. Unfortunately, even though the dean gave me permission to keep my birds here on campus, I'm afraid it's getting a bit too cold for them as the semester marches on, so I've made the decision to send them all home before the winter months arrive. All that to say, expect some more letters soon. Dotingly, Mary. This is my mom. Okay, so that was 9/28. This is the end of the month. Dearest Mother, this should be the 5th letter you've received from me this month, though I know statistically it is very unlikely that every single member of my house has found their way home. Oh, flock. And please, please don't tell me if they didn't arrive. It's going to be hard enough now that I am truly on my own. In other news, my classes have been engaging and I am slowly making friends, so please ignore the dramatic despair of my previous letter. Things are indeed looking brighter, but I still maintain that 3 years is too long a time to be away from home. Mary. Herbert, thank you so much for your gift of the wedding doves, whom I, of course, recognized immediately. And yes, I got the hint. So here's your letter. I know it's long, long overdue. The what life? The Mahu? So for similar, that's definitely an M. Mahu. Oh. That's the language. That's the language. What is Ma? What is Ma? I'm looking for my notes from the language classroom. By notes, I mean pictures. Looking for my straight up pictures. Hugh is house. Small. The small house life suits me, I think. Not that I didn't love Mount Holly, of course, but after years of being confined in a tiny dormitory, the small place Daniel and I have picked out in Reddington feels more like a stately manor. Once we've finished unpacking and setting everything up, I'll insist on you making an exception to your reclusive lifestyle to come, share a meal, and admire our somewhat less impressive but much more personal view of the town. So she would move to Reddington. We are returning east and should arrive on Tuesday. If coast is not clear, lower the SD to warn us. Is that an SD? Those are all the dove letters. Okay, so they're spread out from quite a period of time. Now it seems like that was everything in here. So this really is something that you want to kind of have in the... You want to draft it, but you don't then want to... You don't want to actually, like... You don't want to, like, actually play it. It lets you rotate the other stuff that you draw, which is kind of nice. Alright, we're going to lose some more money here, but that's fine. We just got to find... If we go back a little bit, we will find enough gold to get the axe. And if we do that... Bam. Once we have enough gold for the axe, I am happy to leave, and there it is. How much money is left? 9 coins. Let's see. I really want to clear the reservoir so I can, Okay, let's go get the axe. I really want to clear the reservoir so I can, just have the pool drained. If I can put water back in the reservoir. That piggy's getting fat. Alright. Okay. Room directory. I think... Now, is classroom, is it just... So I do want to put it on the, You know what? Vault would be a great one to remove the gem cost from, too. Okay, I think it is. Bam. Okay, permanently axed. So now... Let's go down... We're not going to have a ton of... I want to use the keys on the chest in the reservoir. I just never grab the gen from here. That's nuts, actually. Yeah, let's go use all these keys. And then... Then we'll go back up through the... We'll take the elevator up and we'll just see if we draw something interesting. But I think we've done... The axe is nuts. So, like, if I can keep pulling that axe... If I can just get the gem cost off of some high value... Every time I remove gem cost, that removes a room that can dead-end me. Or, you know, like, every... Oh, God. I should try to remove the gem cost from... Like, getting the 2 gems off of the passageway. Then that makes that 4-way room free. Like, that's pretty sick. Taking it off of attic would be nice, because attic, I think, is expensive, but, like, it has 8 items in it. Oh god, yeah, Alora, yeah. What we do, but I think I had over 10 keys on that run, and I just didn't make it. I pushed my luck too much. Alright, so let's see. So I think blue notes are generally true. Only 1 blue box in the water contains a memo with a true statement. I think I may just need to just keep opening them. The box containing allowance tokens is marked by... I never trust reds. Green memos and blue boxes are true. All green memos found in boxes in the water are true. That's got to be false. I mean, it's on red. What's your deal? The prize is in a box marked by... So I think we just don't trust those guys. So we're not going to do... I assume it's not going to be in a moon box because the moon box had the sanctum key. So I think it's got to be a sun box. So if we just stick to opening sun boxes, there's not that many left. Let's try this guy. Also, it might be in the water since the other one was... Sanctum key is not in a box in the water. It's on a blue note. I guess I'm glad he set me right. There's a red sandbox there. There's not many boxes out of the water, frankly. Not many left. So there's one sun box left that's not in the water. Pink boxes marked by sun always contain blue memos. Let's see if that is the case. You're red. Or pink, I should say. Okay, you got a blue. You got a blue. That is true. Green memos and white boxes are lies. I fully believe that. The sanctum key is in a white box. It was not in a white box, was it? Yeah. Man, okay. This guy said... So maybe it actually is in a moon box. That black moon right there. There's a blue moon over there. It'd be wild if it was also a black moon. I only have moon boxes left. Was there like one blue moon? I think it's like a black moon and a blue moon, or is it going to be like both of them are in black moons? What do we think, chat? A black moon or a blue moon? Those are the two that we've got. Is it literally just two options? There's a black air, blue moon. There's a black air, a blue moon, and a black moon. So we've got one black moon and one blue moon. This is on the other shore, other side of the thing. Man, so if I just hadn't opened all those guys in the water, I could be done. Tough call. It's the way I see it, it's a 50-50 shot. If we're going off of the notes... Well, okay, maybe these notes actually have... Okay, that's clearly a lie. Green memos and blue boxes are true. You're a sun guy? Okay. The green memos and boxes near this box are both lies. Green memos are lies. They're not always lies. The sanctum key is not in a box, it is buried. I mean, that's clearly a lie. A black box contains allowance tokens. Well, that does it for me. If a black box contains allowance tokens, is okay. So actually, I think blue. I think blue because that's a red note saying to open a black box. Are red notes in pink boxes okay? I don't fucking know. I don't know what's happening. Am I missing somebody somewhere? We're just gonna have to keep opening them. Unless it was true that it's like not buried. Or that it's not in a box and that it's buried. God, I don't think the green ones are always lies. It was that green rooms. In the dark room, it's that green memos in Hartley's room, which is the servants' quarters, are always lies, is what that note said. Which is incredibly specific, and as far as I can tell, there's only been the one note in Hartley's room. Tricky, yeah. So I'll try drawing a couple here, and then I'll try to get back to the... I'll then try to get back to the break room. It's right at the entrance. It should be doable. Just so I can keep having a key card. I'm going to have more steps tomorrow, so I drew a sauna, so that's nice. These cats are both just sleeping so hard. Can you see Bailey as well? You can't really make her out. She's under that black table over there. But it's too dark. She's got very dark fur, and there's no light. Might as well do that. Get me a key. I guess the thing here, I want to try to draw a couple. The closed exhibit room is interesting. I have the key card, so might as well, right? I feel like there should be something more I do in there than what I did last time, but I have no idea what. Might as well secret garden, right? I got the opportunity. Okay, I gotta die that time. So you have stayed broken. The weight room didn't stay broken, but I guess this one they will allow. I don't know why I'm opening this. Quadrama, how are you doing? How's your holidays been? Assuming you are doing them. Here's the classroom, and it doesn't cost anything. That's wonderful. Trip home. I see you're dealing with, not dealing with, but you traveled. Well, got me another key, so that's something. Get that dining room. There's probably nothing in the Joya thing. Joya definitely means something. It's something in the old language. I do have a boiler room. The country stew pie, boiled chuck stew, layered and then baked to perfection, topped with a mashed potato Parmesan cheese crust. That does sound really good. The art, the art style on the food isn't the prettiest thing, but like, it's not Ghibli food, but that sounds incredible. We haven't gone to the trophy room in a long time, so why don't we just go ahead and do this? This is honestly a great one to remove the gem cost from. I just don't know that I ever need to go in here. Let's probably just the trick of... Here's my trophies. Now, is there something else to do in here? 25. I need 15 more of the bullseyes. That's fine. 4 more rooms to go into. I've got the tunnel. I think there's 2 more that I actually have unlocked. Got 2 realm sigils unlocked. I don't even know how to do the drafting strategy sweepstakes. I'm missing 2 workshop contraptions as well. Much to think about. I wish I could take this hat. I feel like there should be some other puzzle to this. This room feels significant, but I have no idea what it would be. There's a lot of fireplaces in this house, actually. Fair. Let's go check out the closed exhibit, just to see if there's anything interesting in there. And then we're gonna go call it a day. Okay. Well, we got a lockpick kit, so I can go try that out. Pharaoh's there. Is there something more to this room? It gave story. Feels like there has to be something more to the room. I just don't know what it is. Let's go try this lockpick. I wish I could use the lockpick on all the chests down there. Okay. Fair enough. We will call this a day. I had a really fun thing happen earlier today. By we I mean Dwarven Forge, we did this collaboration with the Kansas City Chiefs, the football team. They just like randomly asked us if we could help them with terrain for doing a D&D game for some of their players. So a bunch of their defensive players, they posted it today, just like a little hour long. Just one shot, basically, with a bunch of football players who I don't think have played before. Like, 2 of them seemed like they had some familiarity with it. It's very funny seeing the comments. Because a lot of people just don't know what to do with this having happened. You know what? I'm gonna put all this money in the chapel, and then we're gonna go to the break room. Have to look that up. Yeah, it's just on the Chiefs YouTube channel. I'm very curious to see how they ended up feeling about it. Like, do the players... I don't know. Are they going to be? Are they going to say they want to do more? Are other people who didn't get to be in this one going to say they want to be able to do it? What is picking up on my... There was a coin there? Alright. This is like a fun time. It's pretty fun. What were their classes? They had a bard, they had a paladin. But the guy... So he definitely hadn't played before. He said he was a Palladian. They had a monk, they had a paladin. It looked like they had a rogue. They had a barbarian. I think the others they must have had... They had a ranger. They definitely had a ranger, because they had a guy with a dog. And then... I would assume another caster, like a wizard or a sorcerer. Not all of them said their classes when they introduced themselves. They just did, like, their names. The barbarian was George the Furious. It was definitely a very, you know, it wasn't like a, we're gonna, it was streamlined for trying to get, like, new people through a game fairly quickly and not bog them down in it too much. So there, you know, there was streamlining, there was a lot of that jazz. They didn't go, like, super, like, hyper deep. So I have a couple thoughts. We either do the shrine or we do the tool shed. You're thinking shrine too? All your gold? Yeah. Like, literally, that was one of the two options I was thinking, Lost. I was like, just see what we get here. Just knowing that one of the... Cause I thought these... I thought that these weren't... I never thought these blessings were super crucial to the game. Damn, that's not a blessing I really care about too much. Take back gold? I can't give it back. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know I could do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm cursed for 2 days? What do you mean? I'm so sorry. Being so for real, call it a day. That's pretty rough. What was it? It's every... Bedroom will lose a step. Hallways lose me keys. Green rooms lose gems, and shops lose money. Okay, I'm not gonna completely call it a day. I think my big things are we still just want to get in here and just like try and find keys. If we can just get in here and grab keys. I have no key to lose here. It's gonna be a short 2 days. They very well may be. 100%. There's a very strong chance these end up being some short ass days. I'm just gonna use this to just kind of like boost my stuff. Let's get some keys. Let's get some keys to use on the chests. Let's just make it about that. I'm gonna do this so I can get extra stars. I'm almost at 50 stars. Now you know something new? Yeah. Damn, I got 5 things here? I think something special is going to happen when I get to 50 stars. Yeah. This is so funny. Break room. I have so many steps. I have so many steps, and I fucking immediately biffed it on the, Yeah, pull the walk-in closet, why not? I'm glad I did that, and I want to... Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so I'm building up keys a good amount, and I'm gonna get keys from the break room, too, when I solve that puzzle. Man, Tabletop Notch has a lot of good fucking emotes. I gotta make some emotes. I desperately need to make emotes. Get another key there, but it's probably better if I keep this going somewhat. It's cost me a gem, but I always get it back. Damn. We will make it a short one. But my guys, we are loading up on keys. And I think that's the way right now. We're just going to get a shitload of keys. Oh, there's chests here? Where do those chests come from? Did something trigger them? I need to decide if I want to open those. Those chests, you usually end up getting your keys back from the chest. Short but sweet, yeah. 18 minus 16, 2 squared brings me 4. What if the freezer makes it where you won't lose your stuff? Yes, actually. If I pulled a freezer, it would get stuck. 1 plus 4, 5 squared is 25. Minus 15, we're 10. Fuck me. Okay, so 3 divided by 3? Which one is... Oh, God. Which one is which? Hang on. That is multiplication, correct? 3 divided by 3 is 1. Oh, yeah. Times 3, 3. Then you square that. That's 9 divided by 3 again. That should not have been hard. Not the key I wanted, but alright. But yes, technically the freezer should make it so I would keep my thing. It's a good spot for Den. Locksmith. So what we can do here... I think this is enough keys to actually open everything. Just to be safe. Just to be completely safe. We're gonna get that allowance right now. We're gonna get a definite bonus here. Oh, baby. See what I mean? You usually get your keys back. And lockpicking kit for free. Cool. And then, because I have the key card from the break room, we're gonna just take the elevator up, and we're gonna start drawing from the foundation. We're just gonna have a weird fucking day. But we're definitely gonna get the allowance here. This is enough keys to open every chest. So we should be good. And if that is the only thing we accomplish today, it'll be worth it. I can't believe I got cursed. Curse is not too bad. I don't think it's that bad. It'll really hurt me. What is it that makes me lose gems? Green rooms. I can avoid green rooms on days. The thing is, green rooms are usually good for getting gems. Well, now I don't know who to believe. I'm gonna keep going with Sunboy. Everything's fucked. White Sun. God damn it. 3 allowance tokens? I'm getting +6? This took me up to 30? That's fucking nuts. That's gonna make it so much easier to get the battle axe. That's a way better reward than I expected. I thought it was gonna be just a 2. I thought it was gonna just boost me by 2. We're gonna open all these because, like, why not? Saying the keys in a blue box. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not. That's sick. That's so good. Only 1 box in the reservoir has a prize. That's also bullshit. I'm just gonna... there's 1 left, I think. I think there's literally just 1 left. Do I get a special prize? That, I think, was actually true. Yeah, it was. Man, I almost opened that guy so many times. I genuinely... I believed the one that said it wasn't in the water. I should have just stuck to the water. Okay, well, that's that. So, we're going to try to fill this back up now. If I can remember what level it was to go in there. I took a picture of it, actually. Do you remember... I don't remember which crests I have open, actually. I simply don't remember. That was pretty sick. That was a huge boon, frankly. Starting each day with 30 gold is nuts. It's gonna make it just so much easier to get the battle axe, and then once you have the battle axe on a bunch of stuff, that's gonna make a lot of things easier. So we're clearing the way. Are you coming? Okay. We are making prog. It's totally happening. It was a big million right there. Alright. So at this point, I'm just going to be drawing random rooms and see if we can get something cool. If anybody has any fun conversation topics or questions or anything, let's hear it. God, we got so many steps today. A ludicrous amount of steps. So here's the thing. Aquariums will fuck me up when I'm cursed. Like, right? Like, am I gonna get... But yeah! Oh my god, dude. I got hit twice because it also counted as a red room. That's brutal. Okay, so I just straight up... I can't do aquariums on curse days. It fucks me up too bad. That was hilarious. I just had to see it. I had to know, right? I feel like there's probably something special in the ballroom. Like, the security... Oh, I had an Eclipse Ball 1952. Hang on a second. INN. That should be in the geography. The geography room, it had like... Where are you? Where's my photos of the geography room? The maps. The maps had... There they are. In Eclipse. And then... Okay, yeah. $1952. I guess the question is just like, does that mean something? I feel like it must. Right, like this room just, you got a cloak and dagger sheath? That's sick as hell. I got hit with all of the above on top of this. I didn't get just E, all of the above. I got A, B, C, and D individually, and then I got E, all of the above. Absolutely brutal. The aquarium does not fuck with cursed people. Damn. Someday. Someday, my man. Let's drop coat check, because it would be very funny. The mace lets me break the... it lets me break the locks off of treasure chests, like the hammer does. But then also the next morning, it gives me an extra star. It's a morning star, is what it is. So that's the whole vibe behind it. I do want to see what happens if I drain the aquarium. I'm just very curious about it. Yeah, it's a morning star, so it's a cute little cheeky. It gives me an additional star the next day. It gives me an additional star in the morning. It's Christmas. That's hilarious, actually. It is in universe. It is Christmas Day. Look under the tree? I did. I got extra. Oh wow, there's even more gems. Wow, they got everything. I just saw the dice and I missed everything else. That's phenomenal. I wish I could trigger that more often. I would have to play another 365 days. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. I want to do my damnedest to draw the vault. Because we've got a bunch of dice to try and get it to happen. If I can get the vault to show up, well, I don't know what any of it means, honestly. If I can get the vault to show up, then I can just run over and grab the vault key out of the coat check and we can accomplish a second thing today. This could end up actually being a very good day. Oh, right, I can't get pump room because I don't have... I can't get pump room. I don't have the, I don't have the pool. We're up in high ranks, so let's see if we can... So there are not 12 major keys, but I don't know why that's... Oh, hello. That's such a weird lie to tell, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to, like, get out of identifying that that statement is false. We have steps out the ass. Such a ludicrous amount of steps. Okay. So, now we're going to try drawing from these other spots in the... God, right, we have the shovel too, so now we can... Nice. Pebbles. Good Chihuahua name. Halloween costume type cloak, which is nice because it looks decent and is very lightweight. Thank God. Dude, cloaks can fuck up your neck. If you actually, like, wear an authentic heavy cloak that is meant to be, like, a real cloak. So it's a good thing that it's not gonna mess you up too bad. I should do this. I'm worried about being too low on gems. But I can get my final... We now have the vestibule. We have everything from here. I have a rat familiar in my D&D game, and I'm a chef PC. What should I name my rat? I mean, okay. I mean, so you know what the, like, go-to answer is. The question is, do you want to, like, avoid that? Did you think about the weight of a cloak being worn? Yeah, whenever I've worn, like, cloaks that were, like, authentic cloaks or whatever, it's tough. Like, you need stamina to actually wear a cloak around for a long time. When it's a real, like, chunky cloak. Naruto 2 names on PC is Gusto, don't want to be too on the nose. What would be extremely funny is if you made it a different... If you just made it a reference to a different Pixar thing and were, like, acted just very oblivious about it. Spice. Like if you named him Nemo or something. Alright, let's try solving this clock tower puzzle. Like Maximus from Tangled or something. Yeah, just like a thing where you're making the wrong reference. This room supposedly has... Get hot easily, and only want it for indoors, so didn't want something to... Yeah. Well, that sounds like you did the right thing, then. God, and then you get, like, a dagger sheath tool. That's just very cool. I Nemo spice in my food is a phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Let me bring this up real quick. Because this says sacred, right? Like that's very clear. Sacred, clearly, they're trying to get that across, and then that's got the symbol. And then this is like a very clear. Carried by westwardly winds. Rogue like the moon of the north. Ashen like sands of the shore. So they talk about the black shores all the time. This is clearly the puzzle. You could also, for the Ratatouille rat thing, I guess the non-Ratatouille rat, you know, his name's Remy. You could call him like Rembrandt or something. You just get like close to it without doing it. There's a lot of ways to go with it. I do think there's something very funny about naming it like Lassie or something, though. Just making it a clear reference name, but it's just a, why the fuck is this the reference you're making? Sheltered, I see a swan. Ashen like sands of the shore. Carried by westwardly winds. Rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow. Dark are the days coming forth. And then that fourth is very clearly... It's very clearly the wrong fourth. Well, this game is a roguelike. So clearly that's something. This is really clearly... It's so obvious that this is like the puzzle in the room to get the Sanctum key. And I just don't know. I don't think anything else here is interactable. One thought. So that way's north. So south, I see a swan, Ashen like sands of the shore. Carried by westerly winds. So southwest, northeast. That does just go in a complete... This room like always has a compass in it. I don't know what to do. Feels like there should like clearly be something. Wonder why all the times are different. Right? Or are they? No, they're the same time. Except for one. They're the same. That guy's broken. That's what's going on. This guy's missing a cog. That must be... That's a great observation. So the south-facing... The south-facing guy is busted. But what can I do with that? Yeah, like they are notably the same. They're not terribly far off from getting to the point that he's at, I believe. It's gonna be... Do we just wait for it to get there? It's an hour and a half off. In an hour and a half of this game's time, they will actually be lined up. Sacred. I'm glad I'm not having any issues with the connection this time. After yesterday's stream, I played Helldivers a bit, and I kept disconnecting as well. So I'm like, okay, so my internet just keeps popping in and out for just like a couple seconds at a time. But then eventually that stopped, and I was, not having any issues with it today when I was playing stuff. So, and now it's holding tight. So it seems like it is just something had been off with my internet provider. So I think we're so close to these actually being lined up that I do want to wait for it. I wonder if there's something with this guy too. Does this wall look notably fucked up? No, just click the rest of the wall. Okay. You have a name for the rat? Go for it. Let it loose. Saffy. Actor Saffron in the movie Remy likes that spice. He likes saffron? I didn't remember that detail. Ratatouille was like my favorite Pixar movie for... It might still be? I don't think that Ratatouille is their best movie, but I do think that it's my favorite. Not too on the nose, but it's a reference to it. That's pretty good. That's a good thought. I endorse that. Man, watching the clock actually really blows. What makes it your favorite? I think it's largely the ending. I'm pretty heavily influenced on my opinions on art based on their final impression, generally. If something's got a super solid ending sequence, it is gonna color how I feel about the rest of the film quite a bit, generally speaking. So yeah, and just like the just the way they do just that fucking the zoom, the camera move going into Antonigo's face when he eats the ratatouille, just all that, and just the whole way that's executed is so satisfyingly done, even though the stakes, in a lot of ways, like, it's not as meaningful as most other Pixar films and narratives. But just the execution on that final sequence is just, I don't know, it sticks with me a lot in terms of just thinking about how to make a moment really land. But the thing is, Coco, like, really fucked me up. Coco, like, got me for most of the runtime. So I might like Coco more than Ratatouille. I think Coco is an overall stronger film than Ratatouille. But better doesn't always mean I like it more. Oh, WALL-E's really nice. I like WALL-E a lot. That was that I think WALL-E and Ratatouille, did they happen pretty close together? No, it was WALL-E and Up happened very close together. That's what it was. I remember just thinking, like, wow, like they're on a tear. Like, they're doing phenomenal work. That whole, the first 10 or 12 movies of Pixar or whatever are all, they're pretty unimpeachable. I really don't think they've got a bad one in the bunch. Like, the worst one, I guess, is like Cars, and the first Cars is not bad, A Bug's Life, some people really don't like. A Bug's Life can be, A Bug's Life depends on the person. It's a weird one, but I think it's still good. I do like WALL-E a lot. The space dancing sequence in WALL-E is, that, like, really sticks with me. I can still see a lot of that. A Bug's Life is good, odd but good. Yeah, it's one of those things that it is surprising that it got made, to me. I don't know that I vibe with it a lot of the time. It's also been a very long time since I've watched it. I might not be as weirded out by it now as I was as a kid. As a kid, like, it just kind of stressed me out, I think. I did not like the bad guys in A Bug's Life at all. The Importance of Connection in WALL-E. Yeah, it's an incredibly sentimental film. Which I think is one of the... I feel like Coco also does that extremely well. Coco does... it plays on human connection so well. And, like, it just really... I was a mess. I was a mess seeing Coco. Bugs Life Baddies gave me nightmares for ages. Yeah, they, like, actually scared me. As a kid, I couldn't handle, like, stressful media at all, really. I had this Carmen Sandiego computer game that I would play, and so the whole thing is that you're on a time limit trying to figure out where she is and all that, and I would actually start panicking and get so stressed out if time was running out and I hadn't, like, figured out what I needed to figure out, and I was gonna lose. Like, and it was not even, like, that game was not made to be stressful, but I couldn't handle it super well. Ants on the other hand, I need to watch Ants again. I remember very little about it, but I remember, the two get compared all the time. And I saw somebody talking about it, and they were saying that Ants was a superior movie and all that. And I'm sure it was a good video essay, but I could not get invested enough. I can only watch certain movies once, if not at all, get way too emotionally invested or involved. Yeah, I'm better with it now, but I had to get not walked out of Disney World. When I was at Disney World and I was like 5 or 6 with my family, we saw like a 3D Honey, I Shrunk the Kids thing they had going on there. And at the start of it, like, stuff starts going wrong because it's the inciting incident for the movie. And so they're doing, like, sparks of, like, the machines, like, going haywire, and it freaked me out. I was just like, I couldn't handle it. And again, totally something meant for children. 100% meant for, or at least to be family friendly. Like, it's not actually supposed to be scary, but I couldn't handle it. Probably should have tried out for TV shows. Geography is my area of expertise in school. Oh yeah, dude, I loved Carmen Sandiego just because I was a huge nerd. So anything that was saying like, hey, you're worth more if you know things, I loved that. That was my thing. That was how I felt good about myself. Was challenges of random knowledge in particular. But yeah. What was the first? I think the first not good Pixar movie was Cars 2. I remember seeing that and being kind of astounded that it was the first time that I felt like they had just missed the emotional catharsis. Like they clearly tried to go for something. They tried to have a moment where you would feel for Larry the Cable Guy as a truck, and it did not work, in my humble opinion. It was the first time it felt like they missed with something they were trying to do. If they hadn't tried to have that moment of catharsis, I probably would have liked it more, because frankly, Cars 2 might be funnier than Cars 1. Cars 2 has some shockingly clever and extreme jokes in it. But the main character is Tow Mater, you know? The dramatic weight is being carried by the Larry the Cable Guy tow truck. And yeah, he should the whole plot is that he gets mistaken for a super spy by the Cars version of MI6, basically. And yeah, he's clearly bad at it and he's not supposed to be there. So the emotional climax is supposed to be like he's feeling bad because they're telling it, they get mad and they're like telling him that he's, not useful. Cuz he isn't. He's an idiot, and he doesn't know how to do spy things. And so, yeah, the spy agency gets mad at him, and it's like he's supposed to be the whole thing of like, oh, everybody always tells me I'm not good at stuff. And it's like, you are a buffoon, though. Like, you are. That is, I don't know. I have to suspend my disbelief a bit too much for that. And like, I'm willing to grant them the whole, oh, so these cars reproduce and have child cars somehow. How does that work? Is it sexual reproduction? What are the organs? Are they using the tailpipes? What is happening? Do they have to? Does the size of the car grow as the child gets older, or do they have to like take him apart and build him together a little bit bigger each year? How does this work? Like, I'm willing to let that slide, but I can't believe Larry the Cable Guy as a protagonist. What's going on? We're here. Nothing? Something. That has to be where the sanctum key is. It was genuinely just wait for them to line up. Thank you for catching that, Lost. Like, holy shit. Just that they weren't matching. Oh my god. Each of these clocks should be set to a different time. 5 of these clocks should be set to a time ending on the hour. Set this clock to a time containing all different numbers. That's a lie. This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing a 7. This clock should not be set on the hour, so it should be set on the hour. None of these clocks should be set to times that contain the number 1, 2, 3, or 4. What do you mean none of these clocks? Like none of them total? Holy shit. I gotta, like, really manually adjust. Toy Story 2 and 3 were 4 Cars 2? They were. This clock should be set to a time that contains the same 3 numbers of another clock here, but in reverse order. That's very specific. The clocks are positioned so that their times will go up in ascending order. This is true. This is the first time that a little note that we picked up on, because we had the magnifying glass, in security, it said red notes are always lies, and then in tiny text underneath it, it said unless written by hand. So this guy's true. So the clocks are going up in ascending order. Each of the clocks should be set to a different time. 5 clocks should be set to a time ending on the hour. How many are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 clocks total. That makes sense. This clock's neighbors should both be set to a time containing a 7. I assume you're going to be... set to a 7 like that, and you're going to end in a 7. You're not going to be set on the hour. None of these clocks should be set to times that contain the number 1, 2, 3, or 4. You think they missed before Cars 2? Oh. Do you not like Toy Story 2 and 3? I've got a hot take. I didn't like Toy Story 3. I don't think Toy Story 3 was good. Oh, okay. I should rephrase. I think it's good. I think it's notably weaker than the other ones. You think 3 was a miss? Yeah. I couldn't buy into the peril at the end, I think was the thing. They made this huge deal out of them all like heading into like an incinerator, and it's like, oh, all the toys are going to be fucking demolished and destroyed. And I was just like, they're not going to do that. That's not real. These movies don't do that. You can't show that to kids. So, like, that's not going to happen. They're not going to traumatize all these children in this theater right now. So I couldn't buy it. On top of some other things, but that was my main thing, was at the emotional climax, they're all, like, holding hands going into the fire. I guess spoilers for Toy Story 3. And, yeah, I just didn't buy it. I think what is so good about most of Pixar's work is that they set stakes that are very believable, right? Like, they make everything matter a lot and you care, and so it does feel like there's consequences, but they're not doing incredibly over the top, like, wild things that you can't really believe. I guess the only one that does is The Incredibles, but they are superheroes, so it makes sense. But they're not doing, you know, in Up, they're not like saying like, oh, Russell's gonna have his head popped off. Oh, he's gonna get run through with a spear. You know, like they don't use things like that they can't actually follow through on. But I think pretty much all the rest of their movies, all the threats are things where it's like, no, you could show this to kids. You could have this actually happen, and it would be emotionally devastating. But it's not going to be anything that's like not going to be child appropriate. So you can totally believe it makes sense in the universe. Toy Story 3 saying like, what if we fucking killed everybody right now? That's not the world of the story you're telling. It's not. And then I don't think Lotso is a very compelling villain compared to the ones that they had in the rest of the series. Frankly, I think 4 was better than I expected. I think I like 4 more than 3. I still wouldn't say it's as good as 1 or 2, but I expected 4 to be like a train wreck, and I was actually surprised at how well they made it work. Okay. So there's no 1, 2, 3, or 4? No 1, 2, 3, or 4 at all. So we're going to set you to... Well, so everybody has to be 5 or later on the hour. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, damn. Okay, hang on. 8:30. I'm gonna make you 9:30. So here's the question. Do you think I can't do 10, 11, and 12 either? Because of the one thing? I think it's best to assume that I can't. And see if I can make it work without using a 10. Okay. So we're going to have you be 507. Should not be set on the hour. So you will be set on the hour, first off. So you're definitely going to be on the hour. You will not be. Where's the guy? You're not going to be on the hour. So if I have you as 507, like any movie with The Rock, you know he's always going to win. Yeah, which is such a bummer to me. What a dumb thing. We're going to say that you'll be on the hour. We're going to say that you'll be on the hour. So we know that we're dealing with 5 o'clock. We're basically dealing with a time period of 5 to 9:59. Put you on the hour as well. 5 of you are on the hour? 1, 2, 3, 4. Man. Oh, you're not going to be on the hour, though. You're going to be a weird time. Okay. So you'll be our 5 o'clock. You will be our 6 o'clock. You'll be our 6:07. You have to be 7 o'clock. You're 6:07. So you need to be... You're going to be a reverse of somebody. So that means that you have to be the reverse of this guy, I think. So can we make you 7:06? You have to be 7 o'clock. Oh no. We can't make you 7:06. So we're gonna need somebody to be... Do you have to be 9:05? No, we can make you something else. I think he might need to be the reverse of this guy. This guy needs to be 7 o'clock. Like he is locked in there. To a time containing all different numbers. So he has to be 6:07. This is a hard puzzle. But we're getting there. Oh wait, no. This guy needs to contain similar numbers. He can't have all different numbers. Alright, so here's the thing. What I can do to preserve this is make him 557. Sabe, it led to something in my observation, not just waste time. Oh, it did not. I'm very happy about that. I was worried at first. It seemed like it didn't kick off right away, so I was really worried that what am I thinking? I was really worried that I had wasted all your guys' time. I tried to make the conversation interesting. We talked about Pixar, but I was really worried that I was just like waiting there for 20 minutes for no reason. But I was hoping that that would be the direction they would take this game, and I'm very happy they did. So you've got to be 557 if you're going to end in a 7, but also have two similar digits. It's the only thing you can be. So does that mean if you're 7 o'clock, let's try setting him to 7:55 and see if that can work. I suspect it won't, because I think the problem is 5 need to be on the hour. So that means you can't be on the hour. You can be now, actually. You can be 6 o'clock. We actually bought ourselves some room there. So actually, so you can't be on the hour. You have to be on the hour. So you can't be. There's 8 total? There's 8 total. So 3 of you need to not be on the hour. So you, and you're the 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. I can afford to make you not. I can afford to make you like a 7:30 or something, and that'll be fine. Oh, no, right, because you can't be 7:30, so you need to be 7:50 something. You can be 7:50 because we have a 1, 2, 3, or 4. So what do we got here? We got 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5:57. Right, you need to not be. If we're dealing with this. The only other option is if he's actually 7 o'clock and we slide all this stuff over. That would make these 3 the ones that are... I think that actually is doable. Hang on a second. We're going to try that real quick. I think this actually is doable. If you're 7 o'clock, we'll say that you are then... be 8 o'clock. You have to be 8... We make you 7:08, and then we make you 8:07. Oh wait, no. Oh god, no. You can be right because you're off. You'd be the 8:07. Actually, no, hang on. So we're doing. So yeah, you're 5, you're 6, you're 7, 708. Oh, you need to end in a 7. No, he needs to end on he needs to end on the hour. That's right. No, but he needs to be right. So that's right. This guy has to be 7 o'clock. There is actually no way around that. He needs to be. He needs to be 7:07. But then he can be 8. If he's 7:07, he can be 7:08, and then he can be 8:07. I'm so dumb. If you're 7:09, he can be right. You're not the one. You stay on the hour, but you can be 9, and then you can be 9:07. And so we have 1, 2, 3 that are off. Fuck, dude. 5, 6. This is a real brain buster. But we can do it. We're dancing on it, is the thing. So we know that you're gonna be off. Oh, this guy has to be 7. Is that what threw me off the whole time? Because he has to have a 7 in it. Right, so there's literally nothing. You have to... The whole thing I had with him being 557 has to be correct. Which then lets this guy be 6. And I think this guy needs to be then... So he'll be off. He'll be off. You're on the hour, you're on the hour. You're on the hour for 8 o'clock. And then you'll be off, and you'll be even at 9. Okay. I think this is it. I think I got it. 8:55. What are we checking? 5 o'clock. 5:58. Oh. Yeah, that'll be a problem. Okay. Actually, no, this is actually very easy to fix. 508. You're just 805. There we go. There we go. Guys. The way the lighting got fucking dramatic in here. That's wild shit. Okay. Okay. That's one more down. Some nice logic. That was a really well constructed puzzle. Like, to have eight rules like that are kind of obscure, like, but you could get to exactly, there was one exact answer and you could get there, but it didn't like hand you anything. That was really well constructed. I think that's one of my favorite ones so far. I don't know what this is. This is clearly something. It has something to do with like the sacred is definitely a thing. I think I do have a photo of it. I'm gonna take a new photo just so that it is here recently. But clearly, so that's not for the sanctum key because I just got the sanctum key. So we're gonna run down. I mean, we'll still. We've got so many steps. We're gonna see if we can do the. Right, we're still going to try to get the vault, because that was the whole thing. Man, we finished the drafting studio today. We don't need the drafting studio anymore. We now have all the rooms. We have actually accomplished some things today. The fucking casino. There it is. That's the vault. We're going to open that vault key. I gotta run and grab it. How did this run... How did this run end up accomplishing things? We're gonna grab the Morningstar because, like... And we're gonna be able to actually get the Battle Axe again, because the vault gives us so much money. Okay. Got the vault key. So we're just going to run to the vault, and we'll get the money from there, and we'll use the key. We'll come back here, and we'll buy the Battle Axe so that we can get rid of the gem cost of something. We just need to decide what we want it to be. This, yeah, like this ended up being... How did this run end up being so good? God, because we're still not done, because then we got to go down to the basement, and we need to... Right, so you get a shitload of money from the vault. So if we can go, we're gonna go buy the Battle Axe, because we're gonna have the stuff for it. 149 was the. Here it is. Another allowance token. And more money. Actually, an absurd amount of money. I do have a photo of this. This is also a Fenari's passport. This is the one I've already done. I'm gonna take a photo of this. Oh! Do you see what I see? We have the first 2 rows done. It almost says idiot. That's huge. Okay. So let's see. Samantha Hayes at Blank Pass. This is all for her, so she's got multiple passports. So her name is Jean Ribbon here. Arisian. This is reason here. Date of birth 1254. So did this just expire? What's this a clue for? So I don't entirely know yet. In the room where the chessboard is on the cliff, we could use the power hammer to knock out one of the walls, and there was just this row of letters. It said castle along the left side here, which is why we have castle here, and then it had like two like blank spaces for more letters next to it. And then we keep finding various papers all over the estate, like completely different places. And so anytime we see letters that are kind of stacked in an interesting way, if I go and I bring this thing up, it's like, oh, this like this ties into, or this fits on top of the grid for those letters. So like this one, you know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if I hadn't gotten the I on from a different clue, I wouldn't have known which row this was, and I wouldn't have even like known what this was for. Really, it's cute that it's for its ID as well. So we found those things in a couple places. All right, there's nothing here. We found them in a couple different places. The thing is, you can't like interact with that wall. So I don't know how we're going to input those words. It's not like a thing that I can type into. I can't click on it or anything, as far as I'm aware, unless I'm missing something. Okay, so we have the axe. So which room really fucks us up with its gem cost? No, the Great Hall doesn't cost at all. Passageway? Or is there something that we usually want to draw that's costing us currently? Wow, hers doesn't cost gems. His costs 2. The thing was, I was saying the vault, but like we you know, we have the vault now. So we went in there. I got rid of the classroom. Treasure trove? It's a black print. The tunnel's free. Yeah, I think Vault was one that I brought up because I do need to get in here a couple more times. The trophy room cost 5 gems, and then you get 8 gems. So if that was free, that just then becomes a free 8 gem room, which is kind of nuts. But I don't know that there's... Oh, attic is also a good idea. Vault costs 3. And I get 40 gold out of it. Vault might actually be like the way to go. I cannot believe how rare the Rumpus Room... It's a standard rarity, and I've only pulled it 4 times. It like never shows up. I wonder if there is a special rule to drawing it. Maybe it only shows up if I've like gotten far enough in the story for his next like vision, his next announcement to like mean something. Getting rid of the gem cost on the ballroom is interesting, actually, because it gives me gems. So if I'm completely out of gems on a run, if I didn't need to pay to get this guy, that'd be kind of nice. Getting all that money for free, that would be really nice. Because it's... Treasure Trove's 1 gem? Yeah, I think Vault actually is a very good... Vault's a good idea. We should just do it. We are going to get all of these guys eventually. So I'm going to try and get that axe every time. And honestly, the Vault being free means that we can the vault being free means that we can get the axe more often because it has enough money in it for me to get the vault. The treasure trove is also a good option in that respect, but it only costs me 1 gem instead of 3, so it's not as big a deal. The vault costing 3 is a lot. I think I do want to go for the high gem cost rooms next. So attic I think is also 3. Did I do everything I wanted to up here? I believe so. Yeah. Let's go use that key. I think we want to do Kororika. We got a lot of information about Kororika from the dormitory. What is our allowance? Is our allowance at 32 now? Our allowance went up 8 coins today. And if we solve a crest right now, it goes up again. I might get our allowance up 10 gold in one day if I solve a sanctum right now. But yeah, I think going forward, I want to use the axes on really high gem cost rooms. Maybe this curse is actually a blessing. I don't know, because clearly the curse, like, it would have been easier to do all this if I didn't have the curse. But I had a lot going for me this run. I had the extra steps from the sauna, I got the dining room, I kept finding, like, good shit. Like, I got good drawing luck. Maybe the way that I was playing pretty, you know what, no, I can't get into the antechamber, never mind. I'll pull this, why not? What is my outer room? Oh, it's the shrine, right, because I'm cursed. I think we want to do Kororika. Kororika's the heart, yeah? Checking my notes real quick. I'm pretty sure. I wish I could... I should... If I'm going to keep doing puzzle games, I should set things up, kind of like how I bring that notepad up now for the letter and stuff I was translating. I should work on just developing a stream setup where I can just always have my notes visible whenever I'm looking at them, because I got a lot on my phone. Okay, Kororika. Yeah, it's the heart. Okay, so we are going to go into this guy, because I feel like there's a solid chance we can solve him. Alright. So he is orange, academic, and mountains, and then we just want to change the weather around. So let's bring up my photos of the book. There they are. So the outside should be orange, which orange is going to look like alternating triangles. It's going to look like those. Okay. Moats. Moats should be academic. It's going to be 3 lines. It's these? Nope. And that fucked up the thing I had. These? These are the moats. Okay. Academic. Looking for 3 lines. Yeah, maybe the curse... I don't know. Maybe the curse just put me in a mindset where I was, like, not too worried about things. Like, I just didn't get in the way. Oh, you know what? What I don't actually have is transportation. I might actually just end up taking a lot of wild stabs at this. There's only 1 left brute force time. I think I might actually be 2 left is the thing. I could make an assumption that Kororika would be doing... Because they're in mountains. If they're in mountains, I assume that it would be the... Where is it? Is it you? Yeah, so that's horseback right there. And I figure it'll either be horseback or it'll be aviation. It'll be like balloons. So we can try it on horseback. Looking at weather, what's on right now is fog. I think fog would make a ton of sense for a mountain area. It's gonna be tricky. Might be rainy. Could be windy. I'm assuming not extreme heat. Oh, no, I didn't want to change you. And that's balloons. Go back to... Okay, go back to horseback. There we go. Get you back on orange real quick. I think we might end up not being able to do this one. We'll just have to see. Is it you? Okay. Rainy. We're gonna try rainy. Rainy mountains. God damn it. That's not what I was trying to do. We've already had stormy on something, so I'm gonna assume not stormy. I don't think wavy heat makes sense. That's colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. I think that'd be odd with all the tennis and everything. This is windy. I think windy is possible, so we'll go ahead and just put it back to orange and try windy. Mm-hmm. What is straight? Straight is... Lack of unusual or harsh weather and normal temperatures. I mean, that's... Maybe they don't... Yeah, maybe they just don't generally have weather. Maybe there's just no weather over there. Okay. Let's try balloons. I think I just might not actually have enough information for this. You think I can get this one? Let's try foggy again. They're in the mountains. If it's really windy, just gotta lock in. By lock in, you just mean brute force. Alright, let's try rainy. Like, there's things that I know. Like, I know it's academic. Oh, man. I doubt it would be stormy. I doubt it would be extreme heat. That's snow? Costa Rica doesn't sound like a snowy place. I'm thinking about Costa Rica, though, as a thing. And this is a fantasy world. This is not our Earth. I don't think I've got enough to go off of. I actually don't think it would be a cold place. I can try here, but it'd be very funny if they were both air travel and also the wind is really bad. If they were flying blimps all over, yeah. I am right about this being orange, right? Yeah, 100%. I mean, maybe we do just go ahead and try. Maybe we try the heat. Only 2 unknown is not bad. It's not intensely annoying to have me just like randomly guessing. Did I try rainy? I can't remember what I've tried with aviation. There are so many car alarms going off outside my place today. That one felt like it was trying to show off. I'd be astounded if it was stormy. Because we've already had stormy on place. I guess I assumed that everybody would have different weather. Maybe that's not the case. Not annoying or curious. Okay, that's good. Alright, so this is the heat one. We haven't tried this with anything yet. If it is heat... Okay. Let's try it with horseback. So that one that was just on was turtle travel. And I desperately want to get to the place that has turtle travel. I have it written down because I saw somebody talk about the turtles of a place. Damn. Mountains do have snow. There is one for snow. So snow is the... I think I've tried it for both. I might not have tried the snow on this guy. That would be this guy right here. That's snow. So let's get to orange. That'd be my thinking too, would be... Who has the turtles? Vera, the one that looks like the U.S. Capitol building. Okay. I don't think we have this one. What's the other guy that we have unlocked? The diamond. The diamond is literally, it's nuance, and we don't know, like, anything about nuance. Why did I open this one? I don't know anything about this place. Try to logic my way through this puzzle. Me too, but I'm wondering if I just don't have enough. I wonder if I just don't have enough. If there's snow, I don't think you could do horses, so what travel could you use in a mountain? I think it would have to be... I've been assuming that that place has to either be horseback or air. You know? My first assumption was that it was air. Maybe ship routes. The 3 lines? The 3 lines are rain. I mean, we can come back and try to do this guy at any point. I think I should get one more run in. I have 5 of these open? We're only missing 3? I should try to get another run in and see if we can get some more info. And that way, next stream, I won't have the curse anymore. There are roads and mountains, yes. But... roads, streets, carriages, the 4 rays look like crossroads on a map. Okay, let me look at the ones that we've got. And let me look at the ones that we've solved and see like what has already been used. Because I've been assuming that everybody would use different things. Although there are only 7 options for travel. So somebody out of these 8, there's at least one where people are going to be. Alright, so here... What is this place? So this was train system, locomotion. So they had trains, and they were a metropolitan society, and the flag was black. This was Orindia. And the weather was foggy. A foggy metropolitan area. And then this one, after Fen Ares took it over, it's still foggy, but it's no longer trains. After it got taken over, it changed to roads, streets, and carriages. The flag changed to red. And it was a military society. Yeah, a martial society. What do we know about Costa Rica? Just see what we have right now. What we know... What are my notes? We know it's orange. And we know that it's academic. We know that that's like where a lot of colleges are. And... And we know it's in the mountains. We know it's in the mountains, we know it's academic, and it's orange. That's really all we've got on it. So I got excited about the mountains thing. So I was like, oh, that'll be that. But it was because I thought... I forgot that what they're... You think snow because it's in the mountains. So the only thing that we would be guessing on, if it is snow... The other methods of travel are naval, which would be odd just because... Well, actually, let me look at the map and see where Costa Rica is. If it is an island nation... Okay, where is it on the map? Okay. No, it's a huge place. The one that is probably going to be naval, I think, is probably going to be Nuance. Nuance or Vera. Well, no, Vera's turtles. Costa Rica's got a lot of mountain. Morajai, actually, on the map, Morajai has like a boat by it, notably. If I know the Hobbit Mountains have snow, because that's one down, so it can't be ships. Yeah, I'd assume it's not ships. I'm going to write down that I suspect that Morajai is going to be ships. Just by looking at it on the map. What else makes sense? What's left to use? Let me get back to those photos. I have all these Nancy Drew photos too from when we're recording those games. Okay. Transportation methods are... Aviation, we've tried camels, arid or desert trails, 2 rays to indicate a flat terrain. It's definitely not flat terrain. We tried horseback. There's roads, streets, and carriages. My concern there would be, well, it could still be roads, streets, and carriages, though. Let's just try roads, streets, and carriages. Oh god, which one? I think it's you. Yeah. So we want to just have 4. Oh my god, come on, dude. There we go. That was it. That was it. Okay. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look at that place. Genius, supportive lord, and you crushed it. Yeah, that's good. Good logicking that out. 'Cause, yeah, just getting to like we know it's a mountain area. Okay, so I wonder if they rely on that or if they were expecting us to like find definite info in places. Like, do they want us to have to guess at a certain point by like context clues, like we ended up doing? That's fantastic. Okay, Herbert. There have been fewer and fewer opportunities, the further we travel up into the mountains, to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regretting having brought so many books, as this is the first realm I have visited without porters. Here, every person is expected to carry their own belongings, and if you can't, you throw away that which is expendable. It's looking like I'll be bringing back less souvenirs than I had planned. I never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. Vera is hot, then. Let's get into my notes and make sure we note down that Vera is hot and it has turtles. We don't know its color. We know it's travel. I mean, so we know the rays for it, but we don't know what kind of society it is, and we don't know its color. Mount Ephros. Elfros? I think Ephros. Mount Ephros, Kororika, School of Drafting. P.S. I ended up forsaking all but one of my books. See if there's any other details to get off of this. Alright, what's this variation? Right. Okay. The students of Kororika designed orange tiles by committee, voting on student-submitted designs and picking the ones they felt best represented the realm. Far from the port towns of the lesser islands, the academies of Kororika were among the last strongholds where the puzzle box fad spread. The university variation. Interesting. Okay, so this one, we know. So you jump over. You shift things to the right. What does purple do? You move down. Got it. Okay. Okay. Alright, so what we want to do here then is rotate that over. Right. We want you to be orange, yeah. Okay. Got it. That's not what I wanted you to do at all. Hang on. Got it. Do this. Okay. Sweltering shores, maybe hot turtles or boats. So, Vera, I know, is turtles. I saw somebody referencing turtles before. So it's turtle travel. Um, yeah. I just gotta figure out how to get. I don't want you to switch with the black though. I want you to switch with. I was very close to getting it. Oh man, I feel like I have it and then I lose it. Yeah, you need to go over here. And then okay. There we go. Got it. Orange in each corner. Yeah. We went up 10 gold today. Okay. That's nuts. That's an unreal run. We now start with enough gold each day to get the battle axe. So it's like, right, we don't know anything about this guy. So this is Vera. This is the place that's hot and has turtles. This is Morajai, which I think has the ship next to it on the map. This is Arch Ares, which I thought I knew stuff about. I know they've got storms. What do I know about Arch Ares? I know they're yellow. The flag's yellow, and they've got storms in the north. I don't know what kind of society they are. It's very possibly like a martial society. And then this is Nuance? No. This is a Raja. This is a traditional society, and it's purple. I don't know much else about it. Let's see if we can logic. You want to try logicking it? Okay. Alright, so Arch Ares. So we know storms. Storms are going to be... So we should actually just get that set. Oh, that's the wrong one. Storms are going to be lightning bolts. Yeah, it's that. Vikings marshal in the north boats, maybe? I thought they were really mountainous. Let me look at them on the map, actually, and see if we can do stuff from them with the map like we did before. Arch Ares is north of them. I mean, their logo is mountains, so I assume... What are our options? Let's see. Archaries is a pretty big country. It's on the north end of us. They got storms in the north. It doesn't seem like it's super mountainous. It might be camel stuff. I'd be surprised though. I assumed it was mountains because they've got the mountain symbol. Do we have info about it from like the history classroom or something? Let's see. There's definitely there's that book that's like the history of Arindia that might have told us some stuff. This game is not set in America. This is like a fantasy world. Oh, I was like control. That's interesting. Let's assume they're also a military society. That would be that. We got them on storms. Our travel options are... Let me see. Weather is stormy. At least it was described as storm, so I would assume that they'd be talking about it being like lightning storms and not heavy winds. But that I guess that is an assumption. But I wish I could bring up like exactly the thing that they were talking about. What am I looking for? So they allied with Fen Ares during the war. I'm looking for transportation. Right. I'm looking for... Right. I'm looking for the book. I got sidetracked looking at my other notes. I'm assuming they're martial. They helped in the war. Like, they helped with Arindia getting conquered. Extreme stormy weather. We've got that. Okay, so travel. We've got naval capabilities. Ship routes, seaports, roads, streets, and carriages. Horseback. A train system. I'm assuming not trains, though. Aviation. Dirigibles and balloons. There were definitely airships being used in that war. I'm going to assume they're aviation. If anybody is going to be aviation, I have seen photos of, if they're not martial, tribal, primitive realm, hunters and gatherers, don't expect that. Agricultural, harvest and farming based society and culture, I would be surprised if it was that. Martial, which is what I think they are. Metropolitan, I assume they're not that. Academic, assume they're not that. Maybe industrial? Engineering driven culture with a focus on manufacturing, invention, and production. Spiritual, elevated reverence for nature, animals, and forces that guide us. Poetic, strong focus on the advances of the arts, writing, music, and language. Did I have somebody down as poetic? Oh. Oh, in the clock tower. Did I get a photo of the thing in the clock tower? There was a thing. There was a poetic society. I did. I get a photo of it. Okay, and let me compare that to the. I can see that it's got the poetic symbol, and it's got like a cross hatching symbol for the color. Let me see what color that flag is, because actually, if that color ties in to a country we know, then we know that they're poetic. I think it's violet. I think it's violet. Let me compare it again real quick. Yeah, that's violet. Okay, so who did I have down as purple? Iraja. Really? So they're not tradition, they're poetic? Okay. So it's not these guys, because these guys are yellow. They're not purple. Um oh god, where's the stuff I was just looking at? Just had it. Just had it. Okay, there it is. Okay, so these guys, I think, yeah, the only thing that makes sense is they're either martial or they're industrial. Um, so I mean, we've got airships and storms and martial right now. So let's put them on the color they're supposed to be. What's supposed to be yellow? Um, Yellow is kind of sun marks. So let's try this. This right here. Damn. Um, let's try changing the modes. Let's just try changing. Were they metropolitan? No. They're not academic. Industrial? No. Spiritual? No. They helped. Uh, they helped the people that took over. Um, they helped the people that took over Orindia. Is the thing. I'd be very surprised if it was that. They're not going to be tribal with airships. Okay. More giving them stuff at the point of them being martial or air industry. I don't know how, is the thing. I know that Nuance and Arch Ares helped them. Let me see. They helped Orindia get conquered. Here's the history sheet. Okay. Yeah, they allied with Fen Ares. Yeah, they allied with Fen Ares to take over Orindia. I'd be very surprised if they were railroad, just because they made a point of like destroying the railroads that were in. They made a big deal out of destroying the flags that or destroying the railroads that were in Orindia. I actually don't think we know enough about these guys. The only thing we know is their weather and their color. We're just kind of guessing at the other stuff. Does he say anything about them in the other note cards? Took him south. Maybe. But, like, here, like, you know, notably, it went from being a railroad to, like, a road and carriage thing. Air travel is much better than sea travel. Hero's back. I think that does confirm, because I think the last place that he would, if he's doing a cycle around, the last place he would have gone would have been here before getting back home. So I think air travel does hold up. I don't know. I should get another run in. Let's get another day going and maybe we'll find something. I cannot believe it. God, we got so much money. Do I have a shop I can go to? Not really. We've done everything. I don't even have a chapel I can dump it in. This wound up being a really nutty day. Why would they mention the train tracks for no reason? Oh, it's not that they mentioned them for no reason. It's just there were images of the war happening, and it showed them destroying the train tracks after winning the war in one point. Where's my history class photos? I think I got photos of all the history class things. Did I not? Did I not take photos of those? That really astounds me. It totally seems like the kind of thing I would take photos of. Huh. Well, that blows. I don't think I have a chapel. Yeah, I didn't pull a chapel, so we can't even dump the money. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're just gonna go to the break room and make sure we get the, just gonna go to the break room and make sure that we get the key card. I am very curious, yeah, could I pay them? Could I pay the shrine? If so, I always have to see if I draw it or not. Starting with this amount of money is absolutely ludicrous, though. Wow, I've been going for 3 hours? And no disconnects. Which is wild, because we got all this snow, so I figured that would be causing problems. I was, like, really worried about streaming tonight, actually. Alright. If I can get these other books from the library, that'd be really nice. There's 2 books that I do have in the library that might be useful. There's the History of Arindia, Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, but I've read those recently, and I think I've been writing down anything that seemed relevant. Fucking 34 gold to start. That's nutty. So I guess now another goal we have is to get the pump room at some point so that I can fill the reservoir back up. It's a ludicrous amount of gold to be walking around with. I mean, we can do a schoolhouse run. Since those don't cost any gems now. Just try and sprint for schoolhouse. Or sprint for classrooms. And then also armory if it shows up. Library. Because I might be able to buy a book. I can buy a book. Classrooms shouldn't take anything because they're just blue rooms. Yeah, blue rooms are safe. Alright. So these are both huge books. A new clue is clearly a big deal. So I want to get my money. I think we'll have a good chance to get money today. Let's get these classrooms going. Okay, hall pass. I mean, conservatory is actually kind of nice. But I can redraw and just try to get another classroom. It's probably what I should do. This is good for the long term, though. What do we got here? I don't know that I ever need the conference room. I never do the laundry room either. It also, like, never shows up. Tunnel. I also don't think there's a problem with that. Well, nothing super helpful there. Yeah, draw pantry. So I want to try to get up to 50 at least. It's gonna loop us. We should do pantry again. Get that money actually. So at the very least, we can get another. We can get one of the books with that. Den is a very good draw here. Just do that. That's 4 classrooms down. Okay, so here's all the... Yeah, so Morajai's got that ship next to it. Vera's down here, so apparently Vera is... the Sacred Circle. That's Kororika's logo. This clearly means something. I do not understand it. I just don't. I don't have. I think what I need to grasp it. Yeah, let's do this. Corridor, just so we can get like a solid. Grade 5. Thank you. So the nice thing here, I have a key card, so I can run and I can take the elevator up if we have issues here. Parlor's really what we got. We're getting apples out the ass today. The gems are in the box with a true statement. This is the second statement on this box. I mean, that's true. Both statements on the black box are false. I mean, that's clearly false. Statements containing the word statements are always true. So you're also false. You're the only one with the true statements. It's got to be in you. Okay. This is classroom 6 already. It's pretty solid. If all we're trying to do is get to the final classroom. Okay. So this is the war. You know, black versus red. Red 1. All that jazz, they're not happy about it. There he is getting sworn in. All that stuff, lots of red. There they are destroying the railroads. Green. Okay, so green is airships. Who is green? Nobody. So it's got to be Nuance. I think Nuance is the only one I don't have a color for. So we're going to say that Nuance... Yeah, Nuance is the... What if they were replacing the railroads? Maybe, but I doubt it. I mean, the thing is... So green... And then... Dirigibles. Blimps. I'll just write blimps, that's easier. So Nuance. Diamond with green and blimps. That's the guy that I had opened, I think. So we actually might be able to take a run at him now with that. I'm not seeing anybody with yellow flags. Hmm. Hmm. We got a ton we can redraw, so might as well just do it. Drawing room's pretty cool. Let's do drawing room. I love the song that plays from that classroom specifically. Observatory could be good. I should always just get observatory when I can, frankly. I'm so close to 50. What all is 50? Observatory might be my favorite room. I love the way it looks. The books are on sale now. If I get enough gold, I might be able to just get all 3 of them today. That's pretty fantastic. Big fan of that, actually. Classroom. Getting so many apples. Back to algebra. Okay. That was 7? That's 7. We're making progress. Okay. All right. Haven't done the vestibule before. Let's see it. I mean, passageway is a very good thing to draw from here. I can get another passageway? That's pretty sick, honestly. Okay. There's 8. I don't think there's anything I can get out of that I haven't already. There's vault. I think pulling vault is worth it, actually, for buying all the shit. I think this is 100% worth it just to... Now we can buy all the books. We can just go buy all the books. Like, that's phenomenal. We have to take advantage of that while it's here. 100%. None of you are really great. You just put the Great Hall there. Eighth grade classroom right next to Fort Knox. Yes. Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna hit the bookstore. And then we're gonna go up through the foundation. Wow, what a weird fucking path this ended up being. Because we're just following, because all the classrooms just being two-door rooms just really leads to like some weird shit. So let's go. We may not get the 9th classroom today. I think there's a good chance we do, but if we don't, I think buying these books is gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be pretty sick. Oh god, look at that sail. Oh, buddy. Okay. Alright, so now we have History of Arindia First Edition, which we haven't gotten to. So this would be the unredacted version. The History of Arindia that we looked at before had a lot of stuff blacked out. So I'm sure there's going to be some crazy info. This will probably help with crests. It'll probably help with some of the more long-term puzzles. Curse of Blackbridge, I think, is also probably going to be tied into long form storytelling, long form improv. I think it'll probably be tied into some of the longer term puzzles, because Blackbridge is the. Oh no, Blackwater is that? No, Blackwater is something else. Is it Blackbridge? The resistance group. You know, black is like a big color here for the resistance and everything. And then A New Clue is the last book our mother wrote, which came out after she disappeared. All of these are going to be, and like A New Clue and the first edition of History of Arindia were a little more expensive. They were the most expensive books out of all of them. Curse of Blackbridge was more expensive than the other stuff we bought, but was a little less expensive than those two. So I think all three of these are going to be some good shit. I think probably Arindia First Edition is the way to go. We're going to want to read all of them eventually, but I mean, look at how full that is. We now have all the books. That's pretty sick. Okay, so now we're going to go down. Katara is losing her mind. I don't know if you can see her. She's wrestling with the blanket on top of the hutch. If we can also pull the 9th classroom today, that'd be phenomenal. If not, that's fine. We have now seen that the getting rid of the gen cost for those rooms just made it so easy. Hello? Okay. The X is bonkers. It's been very nice. And I didn't have to pay for that vault either. I just realized, yeah, the vault was free. Like, also that's so good. It is so nice just getting rid of the gem cost on things. Bedroom, let's just keep going. Problem is, yeah, we have no keys left, so we might just end up dead ending if this is also locked. I think weight room is worth it because... Wow, 2 key cards. Hell yeah. I don't have many places I want to go anyways. Just gotta pull this last room. Getting hit with the red rooms was rough. There it is. Final exam, please take a seat. "30 minutes to complete the..." Wow, 18 pages of questions related. 30 minutes? Settled his house at 6 a.m. and drove 3 hours north and passed 8 flags. He then turned northwest at Tanner Fork and drove another 3 hours and passed 4 additional flags of the same color before arriving at Trinsdale at noon. What color were the flags? They should have all been red. In the scenario above, where does Sam live? Trinsdale. He lives in... I think Oris. A real timer up top. This is wild. What color is most often associated with hallways? Orange. Which would be the least patriotic room pairing? Got it. Because Chapel's a red room. Fen Aries. Shop. That is yellow. Green. Kororika's not green. Bedroom in Araja. Araja is purple. Right? Raja is purple. Yeah, so greenhouse and Kororika. What color is the fruit that gives you plus 3 steps when consumed? Banana is 3 steps. Okay, math. Math is easy. It's 5 times 2. It's 0. 10, 12, 24. 5, 3, 15, 16, 11. I don't know if this is 10 or 1 and then 0. Let's try it as 10. 10, 40, 8 minus 4 is 4. If it's 1 and 0, 1, 4. Okay, it can't be that. What did I say it was? Right, 10, 40 divided by 5 down to 8 minus 4. 4. Solve the following problem. 1 minus 4, negative 3, times 2, 9, plus 7. Right, 1 minus 4, negative 3, times 2. Oh, right. Times 2, not squared. Times 2, negative 6, plus 7, 1. Solve the following problem. 3 plus 4, negative 1, times 8, negative 8, negative 4, plus 5, it's also 1. Which element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol C? That is carbon, right? Carbon is just C. CO2 is carbon dioxide. Yeah, it's carbon. Which element appears in the periodic table? Thank you, Laura. Which element appears in the periodic table directly below helium? This is very funny, Mount Holly. Just bring up a periodic table. I did not expect this is what it was going to be. This is very cool. Right under helium is neon, which is not a real element. MTHOLL or Y. Okay, the Y is definitely there. MT is there. I'm looking for an HO and an LL. It is LL and not LI, right? Yeah, it's LL. I see HO. Okay, so it's LL. Fun fact, neon is a real element. I know it's a real... They're all real. It is funny that they actually have the same periodic table that we have, actually, now that I think about it. Which elemental symbol is represented by symbol AG? That's silver, right? Isn't AG silver? I thought you said it wasn't real. Oh. Oh, no, it's which of the elements... Which of the question after that is which of these is not a real element? Yeah. AG. AG is silver. Okay. There's no reason for me to know these things in my day-to-day life. I'm just... Which element cannot be used in the spelling of the word clues? I mean, radon. Because chlorine is Cl, carbon is C, uranium... Unless, is radon something I wasn't expecting? Does radon have like a really weird... I mean, I guess let me look up uranium real quick and just make sure that uranium is what I think it is. Yeah, it's radon. How many elements are on the top row of the periodic table? Just two. Just two, because it's the first shell of electrons, there's only two. And then after that, they go up to 8. Radon is Rn? Yeah, I figured. I don't know what... Yeah, that's like a shockingly easy question compared to a lot of the other stuff they were asking. The city of Fen is south of which small body of water? I've got a photo of this. Hang on. Wow, so they want you to go run back through the other classrooms. The problem is I am so far from... Actually, maybe I'm not. Oh, man. I don't know a lot of these. Kororika is not near Fen Ares. Kororika is in the other hemisphere. I know that much for sure. City of Fen is south of which small body of water? Trinsdale Lake is in this area, so I'm going to go with that. How many cities in Fen Ares are larger than Reddington? So the History of Reddington is the book that will have that. I don't have a way to read it right now, I don't think. It's in the library, but... I'm assuming it said, like, oh, it's like the 3rd largest city or something like that. Arch Ares is the mountain area. What realm is directly north of Iraja? I think it's Morajai. Let me look at my map. I like that now it's gotten to, like, the fantasy world specific questions, so it's harder to, like when we were doing real periodic table stuff and we were doing math, like, you guys were able to just participate and, like, solve it faster than me. But now it's like the stuff where it's like, hey, what about the fake bullshit? And I just have to, like, look back through the pictures of... Man, I did not think this was gonna be... I probably have at least something wrong by this point. Where's my maps? There they are. Let's look at these maps. Iraja... Orinda Ares is there. It's not Kororika or Morjai. It's got to be Fen Ares. Yeah. Where are you right now as you take this exam? Oh, this is fucked up. We're in Reddington, right? It's C, right? Fen Ares? Yeah. Are we in Mount Holly? Yeah, we're not in Featherfall Keep. This is in the sightseeing guide to Reddington, is the thing. Oris is a city in Arinda Ares, or in Fen Ares, I should say. It used to be Arinda Ares. So I think it's this. I don't think we're in Featherfall Keep. We're in Mount Holly. I know we're in Mount Holly. We got Holly all over the place. Which two pieces of art would be best paired to depict the letter B? Okay, this is easy. Bale and Ale. Yeah. Which of the following pieces of art was not displayed in the grade 5 classroom? There was a flan. We have to run back to that. Which of the following pieces of art is not displayed in Mount Holly's entrance hall? It is Face and Ace. Realize is in that's in the gallery. There was definitely flan. I think jungle because I don't think you can. Like, what word do you like? You can do pry and pray. You can do flan and fan. You can do bride and ride. What the fuck? Oh, so there's some shit here that we just don't know about. So Arindia is the big continent here. Take this to go to reference later. So my thought is, I think that's the goddess Orinda, and Arindia is this continent that we're looking at. So I think it's I. I think the difference between these two images is she's Orinda, this is Arindia, it's missing an I. I think it's doing like the art, it's doing the art stuff. Oh god, who's the first card related? Fen Ares is General Teskin because Prince Lyrisin died during the war, and the Desolates were in the Arinda Ares period. There are bits of this lore that I do have. There are bits of this lore that I definitely have. I think 6th era. Can I not undo? Oh no. I can't undo. It's the 6th era. Fuck. Because it's the War of the 5th era, and then the railroads are destroyed after the war. Fuck. Alright, well that's gonna do it right there. What was the first capital city of Fen Ares? I think I do have to get 100%. Here's the thing, though. I've probably already missed things. Which realm gifted Fen Ares a dirigible to headway their victory parade at the conclusion of the war? It's gotta be Nuance. It's gotta be Nuance. I've got a picture that is going to help me with 33. Where are the maps at? Okay, because in here... The Colossus Orinda is near the south shores. There are 2 cities that are bigger than Reddington, Oris and Fen. Okay, so that one was right. The first capital city of Fen Ares. I think Fen got made later, so I think it started as Oris. That's going to be in the history of Orindia. This I can do. 6 squared is 36. Negative 3 squared minus 3 is going to be 6. 12. This isn't square rooted. It's you flip them. It's 21. How many questions are there? I think we're close to done. I hope. I've been going for a while. This is you round to the single digits. So this would be 11. 11 divided by 3? Wait. And then you round to the nearest single digit, I think is what it is. So this would be 4. 11 divided by 3 is going to be like 3.6. So that rounds up to 4. 4 squared, 16, plus 5, 21, times 2, 42, minus 1, and then you flip it, 41, it's going to be 14. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, so here, Rick, so I got to remember that what initially got me on this one is you need to do the mathematical, you need to do like the function that the number is showing, and then you do the squaring or the rounding. So 5. Purple is divided, right? Okay, so we're 2.5. Wow, so they are having us get into decimals. That's kind of nuts, actually. 2.5 times 3, 7.5. You round up to the second digit. That puts us at 10. Minus 1, 9. Times 6 is going to be 54. Plus 100, and then you round up to the third digit. That's going to be 200. So basically with these, it's you round to the ones because there's one line here. You round to the tens because there's 2 lines. You round to the hundreds because there's 3 lines. So you're going over one place per line, basically. What's the Arajan word for house? Hue. What does Neviate mean in Arajan? That's a phenomenal question, actually. Yate is gate. New gate. The phrase Travenley can be translated in several different ways, which the following is not an acceptable interpretation of this phrase. This is going to be the kids in here. Travenley. So Trey. Lay a lack of myself. Ven is the end of old, the end of lack of me. My tree, that old tree is not owned by me, is acceptable. I am not an old tree is acceptable. My tree is not very old, is acceptable. See, I cannot see the tree trunk. I think we're nearly done. How do you say the following phrase in Arajan? You have a very, very long name. There's going to be a ol. It's gonna be an ol. Very, very long name. Wow, these are words we do not have. This is true. You have a very, very long name. It's not this. That's New Day, so it's not this. I think it... AM large. It's got to be this. So... I'm actually going to get a photo of that, because that is a new word for me. It's got to be Ul Rajaram. This is stressing you out? This is... Okay. Okay, thank God. This confirms something I was wondering. So, in and is north and south. Isn't provided Rajan terms for cardinal directions above. What would be the clearest way you give directions to someone at point A to get them to point B? And at is sounds right. East tree. Right, so first north, east, towards tree, last go down away from tree. That actually is, yeah, so C. C, that's really clever. And yeah, the number 8 was considered to be mathematically near perfect, though many in the secular sphere held that only this advanced form of 8 was worthy of numerical perfection. This is the last question. This is something I haven't seen at all. I would say not rounded. So the thing is, if I were to say anything, I think I would say it wouldn't be a rounding. It would be... Right, because this would basically be, so like 8 squared, it would be 64, rounded up to 70. What the fuck does 70 mean? 8, so that's 64, and then you square it again? Or is it like to the... the secular sphere? Secular sphere. I'm going to... see what happens. 8 times 8 times 8. 512 seems very odd. So 8, you round up to 10, and then you square it, and then it's 100? Why? You know? What's interesting about this one to me is it's... If you square it, you swap it to 46. Why? It's the one to me that seems the most like, okay, you know, rotate it. Okay. That was our first run at it. I know I got at least one thing wrong. I'm fascinated to see what this means. Did we do it? I don't know. We get our results tomorrow. I don't know what these are. But yeah, we'll get the results tomorrow when we're no longer cursed. Deep breaths, indeed. Cool. Well, what are you gonna do? I think this means we're done. I don't think there's anything left. I don't think I have anything left to give. You know? Was there anything else we wanted to do? Like, I think it's basically it. We ordered all the books. That was stressful, but extremely cool. It's interesting to know that, like, that's what we're dealing with. And I think if we come across information now, it'll be very... Hopefully, it'll be very clear, like, oh, that's a thing that came up, and we need to, like, remember that. That was so fucking cool. This has been a very good session. A lot of progress. I think we call it here. Is there any special room? We don't have anything special to call it in. I don't think. Yeah, we don't have anything. So we're good with we're good. We're good. I think we're good with classrooms until we're ready to like make a run at this again. So I think we need to read the rest of the books first. I'm very curious to see. I guess when we open next stream, we will see what our results were. They connect all the info from the classrooms into the last exam. Yeah, and so that's fun that you need to like. What's really cool about it is that you then need to get all of the classrooms on the board before you can even take the exam. So because of that, they've guaranteed that you are going to have access to, well, a lot of the information. I guess the main thing is, like, you, oh, God. The main thing is, you might not, like, there were a lot of things there where the answers were not in the classrooms. Like, they were beyond what that subject, like, what it covered. Like, the more advanced things. There was more advanced math in there than were covered in either of the math rooms. So clearly, like, the classrooms won't have everything. Okay, so Bride was there. Flan was there. Pry was there. Cool. I was right about the classroom one. Yeah. So it was jungle. Because I was looking at it, I was just like, what word do you make by removing one from jungle? You know? That was the thing. Like, that was like the process of elimination behind it. So it's just like, you can't... It's the only one that's like not really compatible. You can't take a letter away and make it something else. So yeah. Yeah. I think that's where we're gonna call it. Hang on a second. Crown and Crow, N-O-T, not C-L Hosenhouse U. Stage and Stag. Not Clue. It straight up says not Clue. It's like, hey, just so you know. Just so you know, this isn't a clue. That's fucking hilarious, actually. That's very, very funny that they thought to do that. I thought I was gonna find something there. Okay, folks. I think we call it a day. Holy shit. This was a huge session. We made a lot of progress, actually. And now when we start, we'll should I like will we stream this tomorrow? I don't think I can tomorrow. Actually, I don't know when the next one will be. Hopefully soon. I'll figure it out. Holidays, Avery's going to be here. I know we want to do Baldur's Gate. So I think it'll probably be Baldur's Gate tomorrow. Because we're also, like, about to finish Act 1. So I don't know. But I want to be playing it again soon. Because, holy shit, like, it feels like we've really cracked into some stuff. I'm trying to figure out, like, do I just start it and look at the test results right now? And then call it quits? Or is it, like... yeah, should we look at it? And then... or is it better to, like... Alright. Let's look at the results, and then I'll just end the stream and I'll hard quit. So that way it doesn't count the day, and it's not wasted. I assume that the results are going to just be... this is probably actually the 27th. It was Christmas the day before this. So I think it actually is the actual... okay, so there's the results. B+. So we aced... I don't even remember what color it was. So geography, history, and Eurasian. They tell you the categories. Yeah. It makes sense that history and Eurasian are the tough parts. Like, those are the things where it's like, we still have stuff to find. So clearly, we get a thing if we ace it. I don't know if that means get 100 or if it's just like get an A. But yeah. Folks, thank you for sticking with me and watching this. This was a longer session, but a lot of really good shit happened. That's a lot of progress. Goddamn. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Probably tomorrow with Baldur's Gate, but maybe this. I don't know. We'll see. Very, very fun. Yeah, I feel like there's a couple sessions of not really knowing where things were going, and then a lot of stuff started like cracking today. Like the fact that we got the Sanctum key from the clock tower, that was a really cool reveal. Getting so many allowance tokens today. They just got so much more money. Lots of problem solving. Yeah. Were there other things that we... I can't remember everything else we did. We bought out at the bookstore, so we've got all the books now. We don't got to worry about that anymore. Right, we solved the whole crest. We finally got to use that vault key. I hate that we got to use the axe twice. The vault is just free now. That's awesome. A lot of really good shit. A lot of really, really good shit happening today. So yeah, thanks for watching and helping and keeping me company. This is a very, very good night. All right. I will see you guys very soon. Probably tomorrow. But yeah. 4 more observers. Right. True. We also got very close to 50 observatories, and we finished the parlor room. God damn. A lot of stuff. All right. Good night, everybody.